Welcome to the mySELF Reliance WA launch, 20th of July, 7 p.m. in WA. It's 9 o'clock here and I should be in bed, but bear with me. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight as we have a launch party. So you're welcome because it is a launch party. If you have a bubbly beside you, I will commend you. Or a cuppa, you're welcome to it. All right. My name is Kelly Wilkins, and I am the founder of mySELF Reliance. And I want to just start by feeling into who is here and get a sense of yourself. So, if you feel like now is the time that the world is going faster than ever before, put an A in the chat. Speeding up, everything's happening so fast. And if you feel like now's the time, community to come together, put a B in the chat. Tonight, I'm going to share with you what is the prep matrix and the 8 key pillars of self-reliance that helps community create unity. Tonight's not about me, it's really about you. It's about what's happening in Western Australia and creating our Freedom Hub in Western Australia. And I know that you are all on the same page, otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. So we thank you for coming. I'm going to tell you my story. I'm a bit discombobulated tonight. This is my dad. When I was 1 year old, he took us from Sydney and he moved us up to the northern rivers of New South Wales, if anyone knows the eastern coast. And we moved into country because he saw these days coming. He said, we need to get prepared. We know that there's going to be lots of wars, there's going to be lots of confusion in the world, and we need to get prepared for these days. So without knowing how to live on a farm, because my dad's a city man, but he's a teacher and he has a few skills. He said, we're going to move on to property and we're going to become self-sufficient. And when I guess 7, we lived in this beautiful property. My brother, he learnt how to kill a cow without the internet, without books, without knowing how. And he took a knife and he went, well, what do you do? Well, you start here, and plunged his knife into the cow and poo went everywhere. And that was how he learned the wrong way, how to skin a cow and how to, use our own animals for meat. And so my mum would bake bread. She would mostly burn it. She would sew her own clothes and then hand them to me so I can unpick them and start again. And so we made lots of mistakes, getting self-sufficient and learning how to be off the system, if you will. But then when I was 12, there was not much happening in the world. It was all calm and peaceful. And so they said, well, you need youth your own age. So they moved us back to the city. And fast forward to 2021, I had been in education myself. I had been in health and wellness. I was educating and training people on what you should and shouldn't put on your skin. And so when COVID happened, I said, no, you shouldn't be putting that in your skin. No, you shouldn't be putting that on your body. Why are we doing that? And I could see people were very confused. And the whole world of being self-sufficient came back to me, and I was doing Zoom calls at the time, teaching people about being healthy and your gut health. And then I switched and I said, no, people need to learn emergency plans. They need to learn what to do, how to pack a 72-hour kit and what to do if you are in an emergency. And then you also need to learn how to keep your food storage like we used to, because in this property that you're seeing on the screen, we would be flooded in regularly. And so what happens when you can't get to the shops? How to be self-sufficient. Now, some of you might live on property and you well adept at that. But some other of you might think, oh, well, I don't know how I could get by. So in 2021, we started every Tuesday having calls online and to teach people about the basics. And when I ran out of things to teach people, then I would bring on other people, experts, and I would interview them. And then when we got out of being in lockdown, we started then to meet in person and go to camps. And so we started with a lot of different workshops. Jana Holmer, she's from WA. She led the secret formula for plentiful plants. And this was an online workshop. The magic of growing microgreens. We had that workshop. We learned fruit canning. We did the online summits. We did it. This was a 10-day summit that we did with 20 speakers in 2022. In 2023, we did the same thing again, another 10-day summit all online. But then people wanted to meet in person. So 2023, 24, 25, we did an in-person 3-day camping summit each year so that people could hear from quality speakers. You might know Michael O'Neill through Barbara O'Neill. I saw him on the weekend. Author Rob Pryor, saw him on the weekend, and all these lovely people here who give of their time to help people to become more self-sufficient, more adept at getting off the system. So some other workshops that we've run and experts in the field. This is another summit that we did in October last year. And we're quite well known for our Aussie bush dances. And so this is a really great way to get people connecting, meeting each other, and feeling community in our good. So there you have it. Since then, we've been opening up hubs all over Australia. Every month we have an in-person event where you can come and learn another aspect of self-reliance. Our 72-hour kit demo and our canning workshops, our Christmas parties. That's a little gift I made everyone. And Candace is on tonight. This is Candace. She runs some beautiful workshops here in New South Wales. And I just wanted Candace to come on tonight and just share with us her experience of my self-reliance. Candace, can I bring you on?
Hello, everyone. So where to start? So I've probably been with my self-reliance now for just over 3 years, I'd say. Probably longer, actually. Time flies. And I wear a few hats, but one of the hats that I love and live is kind of the coming back to basics with your food and nutrition and essential living skills. So learning more about culinary nutrition and food from scratch and sort of those old skills that over the last 50 years, last generation or so, a lot of us have lost. And what I'm finding these days is that a lot of people, from not only a health and wellness perspective, which is what really got me back into it. I came to Australia from Canada 33 years ago to do a naturopathy degree. So my background is in that health and wellness, but also from a practicality point of view, more so now. So knowing what's in your food and what you're putting on your body and things like that. But then also being more self-sustaining and being able to cook meals from scratch or make your own herbal remedies or things like that. So that is something that I love sharing and that I have learned other people are starting to want in their lives. And so I was naturally drawn to my self-reliance from a way of being able to connect with people who really want to embrace some of those same skills and learn together. And some of the things I don't know and I'm learning along the way, and we do in community together. Some of the things I've been doing for a very long time, and I like to share and run workshops and do different teachings, both online and in person. But I've just it's a way that I've found to connect with people through food and community, and bringing those skills back into our homes. That is just really true to my heart.
Beautiful. Thanks, Candace.
No
And
worries.
on the weekend, we did a workshop, tallow workshop with Candace, and it was fantastic. So these are some of the things that you can learn at My Self-Reliance. Share about the 8 key pillars of self-reliance. So each month we have been focusing this year on a different pillar. So because self-reliance is such a big area, we want to just narrow it down to help you learn step by step how to, I guess, get off the grid with your own skills and abilities to be self-reliant. So the first area that we focus on is food, as Candace mentioned, our health, because that's super important. Without your health, what do you have? We have finances. So last month was all about finances and how to get ahead in these times. Relationships. I love this one because it's really about building relationships. And uh, through COVID, I think that was such a trying time for relationships. And my word of the year is faith and trust, because that is in relationships, especially. And, this is how we rebuild in community. Education, because I'm from an education background, it's really important that what we learn and how we learn. Technology. This month is all about technology. And so on our Tuesday night calls and tomorrow night, we're having a guest speaker speak to us about technology, because this is the area that's so rapidly changing the world. And so staying on top of it is super important. Communication. What happens when the and power goes out? We're so used to being able to connect at the drop of a hat. We would have concerned when we can't just call somebody. So what do you do? And so we're going to learn about communication and how to stay connected even if the power goes out. And last area is faith. And like I said, faith and trust. That's my word of the year. Helping people to have faith and trust in themselves, more confidence that you can get through the tough times. I'm a spiritual person, but this is not a religious organization. But I do believe that faith is really important, especially when you're going through difficult times. So P, when you understand the P out of prep matrix, it really helps to demystify what's going on. And so the P stands for problem. So we ask ourselves, what is the problem in one of these areas? And so if we said, what is the problem with health, for instance? Is it that I have poor health? Is it the health system? Is it that I want to improve my health for longevity? So what is the problem? And then the next letter is R. And when we understand R, then we realize that we have maybe more than what you think you have to support you. So R stands for resources. And so we look at, okay, what resources do you have around health? What do you already know? What books do you have? What is there apps that help you? Do you know have some natural remedies? So what are you those resources like this? Therapist, your chiropractor, your friends, YouTube, coaching, lots of resources. E is when you understand E, then you get to know what's next and what's missing, and it helps you to know where to start. So E is for education. Like I said, because I have come from an educational background, it's looking at what else do I need to know in this area that would help me to move forward. So, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, said Nelson Mandela. I'll say that again. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The last P in prep, when you have this one, you know who to go to in times of need, and it is people. So people can be the people who are your go-to people. It could be the people who you're responsible for. So around health again, it could be, okay, who do I know that are in the health field? It could be, what is the health of my family like? So what happens when you join mySELF Reliance is we give you this prep matrix, which is like a tool that you can fill in and you can apply these questions. They're all set out for you. And it helps you to work out of these areas where you are already set up to win. Like you could be really well versed in the area of technology and you can tick off all those, or you might see some gaps and it helps you know where to start. Then what we do, we take our prep matrix as an individual and we bring them to our communities, and then we're able to work with our community. As a community, then everybody gets to look at their prep matrix and say, okay, now we know how we can, who are our resources, who's got skills, and draw that out from the community to support each other. I hope that's making. Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. From Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So putting it all together, our prep matrix is such a great resource, as I said. So who are we looking for? Now you know what we do. We're looking for people who are leaders, who are doers, people with skills, huggers. You might just be good at hugging. We're looking for you. Entrepreneurs, mums and dads, farmers, technicians, people who like people, people who are trustworthy, responsible, and will contribute. If that sounds like you, if you fit into any one of those categories, that's who we're looking for to join mySELF Reliance, because we, as much as we have fun in mySELF Reliance, we are doers and we don't sit on the sidelines. We actually get in there and socialize, but do what we're socializing. And we're also not trying to fight the system. We're not looking for fighters. We are not political. We're not trying to change the system. We're just trying to look for a better way of living, not from fear, but from lifestyle that really serves us. As a member, for about the cost of a cuppa, less than lunch a month, we you get to be part of a community of people who, as you can see, are growing and thriving, who really look for ways to bring out the best in each of you. So as I look across each of you who have joined tonight, you all have something to contribute. You all, like I said, like even if you're a great listener, being here, showing up, turning up is part of what it means to be a community. So, what does it cost to become a myself Reliance member? It's $10 a month or $99 a year. Or you can jump in as a couple for $149 a year. And so that's all it is to receive all the benefits of my self-reliance with our monthly workshops, online invitations to join us. You can use that QR code. Will take you to a registration page. But let's answer some of your questions first and introduce you to our hub leaders in your area. There we are. Emma and Andrew, introduce yourselves and just share about your experience of my self-reliance.
I'll start first. G'day, my name's Andrew, and that's Emma next to me, my wife. We've been since part of MSR, my self-reliance, since pretty much the very beginning. I came on board because I was looking for a community that was actually out there doing something and focused on solutions. I come across other groups that were sort of talking about lots of stuff and into the conspiracy stuff, but that was not what I was looking for. I wanted people that are actually doing things and looking and building community and learning skills. And I found that through MSR, my self-reliance, through Kelly. So that's what drew me in, and that's why I'm still here. And we have stepped up. We're involved in the administration side of things, but also together with Candace, we've started the hub in the Blue Mountains area. And so we're in the beginning stages of building that. And it's a great growing process, and I'm learning lots of things as I go. Let Emma take over from there.
Oh, very quickly. Hi, everyone. My name is Emma. I work full-time. I met Kelly, I think, through Andrew, going through a bit of turmoil during that crazy period with lockdown, and I'm still with the same employer, but that had its own issues in that regard. But look, I'm still there, but we didn't have community then. And it's just maybe in the last 3 or 4 years, just the great relationships we've made as part of my self-reliance and continue to build on that. It's great to be with everybody here for WA. I'm so excited for you guys, for what will come. I hope that you've been able to sort of grasp onto the message that Kelly is sharing with you tonight, because I tell you what, there's such a difference that you can make in people's lives, if not in your own tonight, but in lives of people outside of this meeting here, people who you can touch on, people who are looking for you and looking for what MSR can offer. So if you're able to step up and lead with a skill or experience or share something that would be of interest and of use to people, you should do it. Just go for it.
Hi, Alison.
There you are.
I'm down in the southwest, and I was part of PHA. But what I really liked about, and I still love PHA, by the way, and I love the connections that we've made. We've got Karen and Jacqueline on here. Who else is there? PHA-ish. I don't think I see anybody else. I think actually, she's not there. Anyway, what I really like about my self-reliance was that it was covering a lot more. So it's all the areas of life that's being covered. So I agreed to be a hub leader to start a hub in WA along with Rachel and Chris. So and mostly I did it also because I already have contacts. We used to have weekly rallies down here, and being able to make contact with a lot of different people. And I love connection. I love connecting people to people, and that is like one of my favourite things to do. So I used to man the information bay at the rallies, and I was quite happy with my little spot there behind the desk. and meeting all sorts of people. But one thing I wanted to say, when you spoke about relationships and how in like the COVID era where, you know, relationships were sort of severed and all that, but I actually think that that also taught us the value of relationships. That period of life made us have really, really deep relationships and severed probably relationships that might have less meaning, if that sounds a bit like that, weren't as strong. So so I'm down in the southwest, and I've got my 2 boys that I'm raising on my little plot of land in Brunswick. So really looking forward to seeing how this goes.
Beautiful. Thanks, Joyce. Where's Chris?
Yeah, hi, my name's Chris. I'm also down southwest, not that far from Joyce. I got a small property, and I was already self-reliant in a small way, but quite isolated. And I just sort of didn't know what to do in relation to relationships and having a community. And then I stumbled across the MSR, the Australian website or the Australian group. And from there, I talked to Kelly, and she said, "Yeah, WA is happening." So I become a hub leader over here. And now I feel like I'm connected, and I'm getting somewhere. There's a community now. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Really happy, Chris, because we share a love of Muscovies.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, you're doing some great things there.
Yeah,
And
I'm a beekeeper,
yeah,
and I have other skills as well. So yeah, I'd love to share those skills with everyone.
you do, and you've already showed Rachel how to make Italian sausages.
Yes, I have. Yep.
Awesome. Lovely. With our leaders, what you'll find is there's not a president, there's not a main person, there's everybody has their own roles. And so between Rachel and Joyce and Chris, they'll work out who is on events, admin, who is our new member liaison officer. There's these different roles that they'll take on. But we also want to expand. As we expand, we will grow more hubs that make sense for, because W is a big place. So, you know, where you are, you want to have your community. So if you are interested in the things that we've been talking about tonight, then maybe you want to start up a hub that's closer to you. Let's share. Joyce, do we have an event in WA that we can invite our lovely friends to?
So we had a discussion over the weekend about, because we are so spread out. So tonight I've sort of written down names of where people are to kind of figure out sort of where to meet, that we don't have to like travel from here to Jerusalem. So we kind of have the river as a natural division, I guess. So we'll probably have like a south of the river meeting place in a sense, and then a north of the river. But I suggested also, if it worked out, is that where you are, Alan? Okay. I was wondering where you were. I've got a few names here that I haven't figured out where people are. But we were trying to figure out if there's a way to do a group like south of the river and then have a group north of the river meet on the same day, and then mid time is have like a Zoom chat back and forth kind of thing, and try and do it that way. We're thinking that possibly, if it works out, we'll aim for the 1st of August on a Saturday, and just have a catch up and just in a park, or depending on the weather, it might be a bit chilly, but be near a place that we can actually go into. So it would be more just a catch up, just to see if people are, you know, where people are at and all that kind of stuff, and see how many people would turn up. So, I mean, tonight's great. Like, we've had lots of people show tonight. And hopefully you all spread the word and we get more people anyway. But I think naturally, that would be like a natural break in a sense, unless the north of the river unless you do a Perth and you do a southwest. There's a good amount of us in the southwest as well. So, we're just trying to figure out logistically that people don't have to travel too far. Yeah, so I've got
Yeah.
Ellen is in Perth.
So I'm north of the river,
Yeah,
and I've
that's what I
just put
thought.
we could meet at Kings Park.
Yeah, that's what we've done in the past before.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then if people are, if you did Kings Park, then if people are more metro, you know, the south of the river, people might still want to go to Perth, and then maybe we do a Bunbury or a bit closer down, sort of down south-ish. Like depending on where the numbers were, the options were kind of like Pinjarra or go Bunbury. But if there's a majority of people, that's easier to go to Bunbury. And if we do the Perth one in Kings Park, depending on those north people, then, you know, maybe the south of the river they can go to either in a sense. So it just depends where. If we do a Kings Park, then we might do a Bunbury. But if we don't, then maybe we do a Pinjarra and then whatever north that people want to do. I know this doesn't make any sense to you, Kelly, but I think most of the people here will get it.
Yeah.
That's important. Now, if you are still wondering and you're sitting on the fence and you're like, well, it sounds very good, but I really don't know. Come along tomorrow night. It's 5:30 your time on Zoom, and you'll get to meet our guest speaker who's talking about communications, and you'll see the kinds of things that we do and who else is jumping on a Tuesday night. And so every Tuesday night we have a call. The first and the third Tuesday of the month is a guest speaker, and they are free to whoever would like to jump on, so you can invite people. And the second and the fourth Tuesday of the month are for members only. And this is where we get down to it and really make things happen for you in your area and follow the theme that we are working on that month. So I'd like to invite you to our call tomorrow night and every Tuesday night. And I'll just share my screen again. Is there anyone that wants to say anything? Have any questions?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, Jacqueline.
So would you send a Zoom meeting again, you know, to the emails so that we could join?
So yes, good question. Thank you for that. Best way to find the link, because it's not the same link as tonight. The best way to find that link is on our Telegram group.
Okay.
And so we're going to put a bunch of links in the chat for you. Okay. The first one is our Telegram group. Who's not on Telegram? Okay. This is our Telegram channel. Joyce, maybe you can put up the link for the WA Telegram chat group.
Yep,
So
we'll
we
do.
have it. Yeah. We have a channel and we have a chat group that is nationwide.
Oh.
And then we have a chat group that's just for WA. So this is where I post the happenings wherever they are. And just because you're in WA, it doesn't mean to say you don't know people who's somewhere else in Australia who would like to go to events and activities and be part of our lovely group.
Yeah.
So the other place you could find it is our website, myselfreliance.com.au, and the link for there is on the website. Okay. And then you could also join our mailing list. And every Tuesday I put out an email, which is just makes it really easy to click on, get the link for the Zoom call, and then that helps you just to know what's going on and join our group. So join the Telegram group, the Zoom call. So if you would like to be on the mailing list, then you can just put a yes in the chat and I can make sure that you're on the mailing list. Doesn't cost anything to be on the mailing list. Beautiful. Hopefully, when you registered tonight, then you put your email in there, and then I'll grab your email from there. And like we said earlier, we would love you to join as a member. This is where you get all the benefits, and I'm sure you will be really well looked after from our beautiful hub leaders, as you've
I
heard
took a
tonight.
screenshot, would that work?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just trying to go to the page before. How about if I do that? No.
Kelly, just while you're doing that,
Yeah.
can I just wanted to let people know, just like Joyce and Chris and I have already met and looked at how we can be effective as a hub in WA. So it's quite exciting. We're looking at having t-shirts and connecting up our resources. We have so many resources in WA, so just connecting us all up. So we're you want to get grass-fed beef, organic food, etc., etc. We've all got connections, and so there's a lot of opportunity for us to really, really get some important connections. So just wanted to let you know that we're actively doing things already, and would love you to join us, and we can all help each other as a community.
Isn't that exciting? I love that. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks, guys. So good. So if you want to take a screenshot of that page, that's probably be helpful. And I just want to, wrap up by saying thank you so much for being here tonight. I know you are a person who is up to things in the world. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this call. And having made it to the call, I want to just wrap my arms around you and say, I hope you find home here, because we would love you to join us.
Goodbye.
Well, thanks, everyone.
Right.
This is if you want to take a screenshot of this one as well, that probably makes life easy. And you can connect with me anytime. Probably send me a text. I might not pick up if you just ring it, but send me a text if you ever ask questions. But Joyce and Rachel and Chris are here to support you.
Rebecca just asked a question as well about joining. You can do a monthly, and then you can cancel any time, Rebecca, and then later on you can go for a year.
Yes.
It was more. Sorry, it was more financially. If you could do a month and then pay for a year next month.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah, 100%. And maybe Joyce, maybe you want to put a contact email or something in there, a local one, if someone wants to reach out to yourself or to.
I'll give you a phone number that you can text me on.
Perfect.
I've got a phone that's a text only. If anybody needs to text, and I'm happy for that. Just got to find the number. Give me 1 sec.
Okay, I'll stop share so I can go to any questions in the chat if I missed anything.
Yeah, it's nice to meet everyone here tonight, and I can't wait to meet you in person. So yeah.
All right, the 1st of August we're making it, yeah?
Yeah, that's our aim. Yep.
Beautiful.